going to do a final song about the papacy. This song's about the 70 years in which the papacy moved from Rome to Avignon in France. And it goes like this. Clement V had enough of Rome, needed privacy, needed a new home. Moved the papal court to Avignon in Provence, a puppet to his neighbour Philippe the Fair of France. Philippe charged the Knights Templar with unusual vices. Clement sanctioned torture with unusual devices. They were condemned through tortured confessions. Clement sequestered all Templar possessions. He spent £3 grand a year on food and wine, an enormous sum for those times. Devised new ways of revenue, fees and bribes aplenty. Appointed 6 cardinals from his family. Out of 24, sur le pontife d'Avignon. Sur le pontife d'Avignon. Jacques de Razy from Cahors became John 22. Perfect for the job, a sickly man of 72. He raked in streams of money for forgiving any crime. Murder, theft, incest, rape, a devil's pantomime. All belief that Christ was poor he claimed to be untrue. Franciscans became heretics and joined the bonfire queue. For living lives of poverty 100 were burnt by John the 22nd, the richest man on earth. John made his son a cardinal, made the annual sex tax compulsory for all, where the bishops had concubine at all. Sur le pontife d'Avignon. Sur le pontife d'Avignon. The Roman Emperor Ludwig made an anti-pope in Rome. Nick V left wife and kids to sit upon the throne. He put on trial a straw doll of the Pope in Avignon. Years later he was captured and imprisoned by John. John went back to feasting at the marriage of his niece. 4,000 loaves of bread, 300 weight of cheese. For imprisoning their ex-leader, a Pope's man, John waged 18 years of war on the people of Milan. John preached that no one had yet been to hell. Only at the end of time will the damned hear that bell. He retracted this heresy on his deathbed. The few will go straight to heaven, the lost straight to hell. The lost straight to hell. Sur le pontife d'Avignon. Sur le pontife d'Avignon. In the Cathar heresy, the future Benedict XII had been an inquisitor. Petrarch was offered a cardinal's hat if the Pope could have his sister. Petrarch refused, so Benedict approached another brother, and the deal was done. Petrarch said Avignon was the sewer of the world, the whole of dung. Clement VI started taxing prostitutes. There were so many in Avignon he was rolling in loot. Everyone was rich, the church built a brothel. Then Clement bought the whole town for 80,000 florins. Surrounded himself with women in the papal tradition. Built a new palace with rooms for the Inquisition. Bodies were dropped to the salle, the torture from above, while Clement lay upstairs in the arms of love. When criticised for his loose ways, Clement would say, the strongest popes in history all behave this way. In 1348 the Black Death breathed into town, bringing half the population down, 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 down. Sur le pont d'Avignon. Sur le pont d'Avignon. When Clement died, lightning struck St. Peter's in Rome. Crowds came out rejoicing from churches and homes. He's dead, he's dead, he's dead, the people cried and danced. 3 days later confirmation arrived from France. 50 priests had to pray and ring their bells for 9 whole days to save Clement from hell. Gregory the 11th left his Avignon home, finally brought the papacy back to Rome. Waged a war against Florence and the anti-papal league, with mercenaries from England under Robert of Geneva. When they reached Faenza after burning the land, the civilian population was massacred under Robert's hand. Sur le pont d'Avignon. Songs left. Creeping up through me, creeping up through me, creeping up through me, creeping up through me. Felt uneasy when the path was clear to see. She looked around each corner for the shadows and the tides, as we walked back to hers for G&T and sympathy. She said there are so many more stars in the countryside. Like she was looking in the future. She asked me for a cigarette, I asked her for a light. I could tell that she'd been crying. I said, tears don't suit you. She turned her head and smiled and knew that things would be alright. Feelings, what do they know? I spent hours wondering whether or not to touch her shoulder, but my hands had turned into claws. I tied myself in knots, working out how to unfold her. I said, why are you smiling? She said, just because. He can't go feelings, they can't creeping up through me. going to try a slow one and then a fast one. Yeah? Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm up here. You can't buy it in chemists, import it from Rio or Venice. You can search on eBay, comb the customs, scrape the barrels, empty the dustbins. People in the Stone Age knew you won't find the things you need, they'll find you. When you can capture the ship, take pistols to hang from your hip. You can push the captain with your cutlass, seize the gold dust, the sheep and the compass, interrogate the entire crew. You won't find the things you need, they'll find you. You live in your head, denying the sickness has spread. Now you were tough, where you were tender. I guess that it's harder for you to surrender. It grabs you by every sinew. You won't find the things you need, they'll find you. 2 billion are curled and sleeping right now across this world. 1/5 of those people are dreaming right now. That's a whole lot of frowns on a whole lot of brows, Muslim and Christian and Jew. You won't find the things you need, they'll find you. That's just what I needed. This is a song about things you need. I need water. One day water's going to be more expensive than oil.
Yep.
When you've got everything, a Volvo, a house and a ring. When you think that you've reached where you think that you're aimed, down come your trees in a freak hurricane, knocking your balls all askew. You won't find the things you need, they'll find you. You won't find the things you need,